Chelsea's famous academy has produced some of the best talents the Premier League has seen, from the likes of John Terry to Mason Mount and Reece James. However, for all the success they've had, they've also let go of several wonder kids with big potentials, but with very little substance in the end. So in this video, we'll take a look at 8 Chelsea wonder kids who you've forgotten. And before we get started, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 8. Lucas Pazon. Signed in 2011 from Sao Paulo, forgotten Brazilian wonder kid Pazon was on Chelsea's books as recently as 2021. However, he only made 3 league appearances for Chelsea in his decade at the club, as he was sent out on loan several times, 7 times to be exact. He played in Spain, Holland, Italy and Portugal, but failed to impress Chelsea enough to want to bring him back. He left the club for good in January 2021 when he signed for Braga in Portugal. Upon his move, he criticised Chelsea for keeping him in the dark on his future through all those years, and insisted he never had a chance to impress. Number 7. Gaetan Kouta. The name will remain synonymous with off-field controversy at Stamford Bridge, but Kouta was once the brightest young talent at the club. Chelsea were hit with a 16-month transfer ban by FIFA in 2009 for allegedly tapping up Kouta from French club Lens in 2007. The move appeared to be worth it as Kouta won Academy Player of the Year, finished top scorer for the youth side and won the Under-19 European Championship with France. But after just 16 appearances for the first team, he was let go by the club and has travelled all over the world to play football since. Ironically, he played the best season of his career in the 20/21 season whilst on loan at Lens, the club where his career started. He is currently playing in Ligue 2 in France and is a Congo international since 2017. Number 6. Charlie Musonda. Charlie Musonda spent 5 years at Chelsea before he broke through and made his debut under Antonio Conte in the 2017 Community Shield against Arsenal. He went on to play 7 times for the Blues, all of which came in the 17/18 campaign. But Musonda departed Stamford Bridge for good in 2022, after loan spells at Betis, Celtic and Vitesse. He signed for Levante but had his contract terminated after just 1 year and 17 league appearances. He is currently playing his football in the Cypriot First Division. Number 5. Josh Mckin. Back in 2010, a 17-year-old Mckin emerged as one of the most exciting talents in England. Chelsea fought off the likes of Real Madrid and Manchester United to sign the teenager. Mckin was very highly rated in West London and expected to be the successor to Frank Lampard. He drew a lot of comparisons to Jack Wilshere, but unfortunately just like him didn't fulfill his potential. The arrival of Andre Villas-Boas at Stamford Bridge in 2011 brought an end to Mckin's progression and he saw opportunities on loan, but struggled to sell at any club. In 2015 he finally left the club for good and is currently playing for Oxford United in League 1. His brother George is also a product of Chelsea's academy and is currently playing for Swindon Town in League 2. Number 4. Kennedy. Brazilian winger Kennedy arrived in West London as a teenager from Fluminense in August 2015, and shortly after he scored his first goal for the club in the League Cup at Walsall in a 4-1 win. That season he ended up making 15 Premier League appearances for the club. Hopes were high that his development would continue with a loan spell at Watford, but he only managed to make 1 league appearances in a dismal stint at Vicarage Road. Kennedy then headed to Newcastle in what turned out to be an 18-month loan deal in January 2018, making 38 Premier League appearances. Unfortunately for him, that spell also led him to make history during a poor display against Cardiff. He became the first player since 2010 to play a full Premier League first half without completing a single pass, and that's before his stoppage time penalty was saved by the goalkeeper. The deal wasn't made permanent and after a few more loan spells, he left Chelsea for Real Valladolid. Number 3. Nathaniel Chala. Before Trevor Chala, his older brother Nathaniel was highly rated at Chelsea. He joined the club in 2005, aged 10 years old, and didn't officially leave until 2017. He was so highly rated in the academy that he made the Chelsea first team bench aged just 15 and travelled with them to the 2012 Champions League final, but he was sent out on several loans in order to develop himself as a player. Most of these loan spells came in the Championship, but he failed to establish himself as a first teamer at any of those clubs. He left the club for good in 2017 when he signed for Watford, having made just 15 first-team appearances for Chelsea. Whilst at Watford, he made 1 appearance for the England national team, although that remains his only cap. Last January, he signed for West Brom in the Championship. Number 2. Bertrand Traore. The repercussions of Traore's move to Chelsea in 2013 were felt at Stamford Bridge during Lampard's reign. Lampard's inability to make any signings upon taking over in 2019 was due to the Blues being slapped with a transfer ban linked with Traore's arrival back in 2013. His move to Chelsea was one of the key components in FIFA's evidence as part of an investigation into the club's signings of foreign players under the age of 18. FIFA said it found breaches in 29 cases out of the 92 investigated. In the end, Traore played just 16 times for Chelsea and departed for Lyon in an 8.8 million move in 2017. And in France he impressed, scoring 21 goals in 87 games for the club. Traore's return to form earned him a move back to the Premier League with Aston Villa in 2020. Number 1. Islam Feruz. Liverpool's Andy Robertson once described Feruz, his then teammate at Celtic, as the golden boy of Scottish youth football. Feruz was plucked away by Chelsea in 2011, aged 15, to be another star at the club's Cobham Academy. But the promise didn't translate into success for the striker, as he was sent out on loan to clubs like Blackpool, Hibernian and Swindon Town. And when his contract at Chelsea came to an end in 2017, he was released. In 2020, after 3 years out the game, it was reported Feruz had retired from football and instead started a business selling designer caps. Last year he briefly came out of retirement and signed for a Serbian First Division side, but didn't make a single appearance. And that was it for the 8 Chelsea Wonderkids you've forgotten about, but there's so many other ones we could have named. Let us know any of the players we missed out, and don't forget to like and share the video and subscribe to the channel.